Released in the summer of 1998, The Wedding Singer is that rare beast, an Adam Sandler comedy that manages to be charming, sweet, and perhaps most notably, consistently funny. Sure, the film shoehorns in more lazy 80s references than the entire first season of The Goldbergs, and it also sees the current critic's whipping boy wisely toning it down the passive-aggressive man-child routine he's become notorious for. Strike up a sparkling rapport with Drew Barrymore, which would prove to be surprisingly enduring, and utilize an eclectic cast that included an octogenarian rapper, a Boy George lookalike, and one of the 80s finest bleach blonde punk rockers. Today, I'm going to show you 10 amazing facts about A Wedding Singer. Before the start of the video, make sure to leave a like, and if you want to see more content, subscribe to the channel. Let's get started. Number 10. Princess Leia worked on the script. Best known for her iconic Star Wars role as Princess Leia, multi-talented Carrie Fisher picked up a BAFTA nomination after adapting her semi-autobiographical novel, Postcards from the Edge, for the big screen back in 1990. But she also spent part of the same decade doctoring screenplays for several more populist films. First, there was the Nun on the Run musical Sister Act, then Meta Schwarzenegger flop Last Action Hero, and then a certain comedy named The Wedding Singer. Fisher wasn't the only big star to work uncredited on the script. Shortly before he also revisited the 80s on the cult hit Freaks and Geeks, Judd Apatow got the chance to showcase the talent that would turn him into one of the most bankable names in Hollywood comedy. And Sandler himself, who would later deliver the performance of his career in Apatow's hugely underrated Funny People, also added plenty of his distinctive comic touch to the hilarious screenplay. Number 9. It's part of the whole Sandler universe. Forget all the superhero universes created by the likes of Marvel and DC, and the increasingly elaborate Pixar theory. Adam Sandler was way ahead of the curve when it came to connecting a series of standalone movies. In tribute to his longtime college friend, the comedian first referenced a character called Eric Lemonsoff in The Wedding Singer, a name which he then continued to use in Click, You Don't Mess with the Zohan, and the much maligned Jack and Jill. The name Lemonsoff then gained even more prominence when it was given to Kevin James's character in the Grown Ups movies and Josh Gad's arcade game champion in Pixels. Elsewhere in the Sandlerverse, Alan Covert plays 10-Second Tom, a character with short-term memory loss in both 50 First Dates and Blended. Rob Schneider utters "You can do it" in everything from The Waterboy and The Longest Yard, while fictional children's book The Puppy Who Lost His Way is featured in both Billy Madison and I Now Pronounce You, Chuck and Larry. Number 8. Several cast members guested on Friends. It's probably easier to list which of the cast members didn't at one point show up on the set of Friends than the ones who did. Christine Taylor, who plays Julia's sexually charged friend Holly, was, of course, Ross's girlfriend Bonnie, aka the one who shaved her head during the Beach House episodes. While Christina Pickles, who plays Julia's overbearing mother, showed up in all 10 seasons of the sitcom phenomenon as the overbearing mother of Ross and Monica. Number 7. It's the highest-rated Sandler comedy on Rotten Tomatoes. There's nothing that film critics appear to enjoy more than giving Adam Sandler a good kicking. 13 of the movies he's had a hand in have a rating of lower than 10% on the review aggregator Rotten Tomatoes, with both Bucky Larson, Born to be a Star, and The Ridiculous Six receiving the dreaded 0. However, there have been a few occasions when Sandler has managed to escape the wrath of the industry's most brutal reviewers. Ignoring brief cameos in Top 5 and I Am Chris Farley, the two films in which he's most impressively left his unusual persona behind, Punch Drunk Love and Funny People, unsurprisingly leads the way. But in terms of the broad comedies he's renowned for, The Wedding Singer is the highest-rated picture as of 2016, with its score of 67%, beating the likes of Happy Gilmore at 60%, Billy Madison at 46%, and 50 First Dates at 44%. Number 6. The Rapping Granny was the only other star to appear on the official soundtrack. Alongside Sandler's performances of the likes of Dead or Alive's You Spin Me Round Like a Record and Ricky Nelson's That's All, the film sees a whole host of other actors showcasing their vocal abilities. John Lovitz performs the most creepy version of Ladies' Night you'll ever hear. Alexis Arquette gives Culture Club's frontman a run for his money with a rendition of Do You Want to Hurt Me? And Steve Buscemi closes the movie with a unique take on Spandau Ballet's True. Number 5. The soundtrack album reached #1 in Australia. The majority of cast recordings you hear in the film may not have appeared on the actual official soundtrack, but that didn't stop it from becoming a chart success. The first 14-track collection, which includes Sandler performing original composition Somebody Kill Me, a snippet of dialogue called Have You Written Anything Lately, and the Presidents of the United States of America covering the Buggles' video Kill the Radio Star, alongside hits from The Police, The Smiths, and Billy Idol, not only reached #5 on the Billboard 200, it also went all the way top in Australia. Featuring Robbie's Serenade to Julia, Grow Old With You, as well as classic 80s hits from Kajagoogoo, Depeche Mode, the B-52s, A Flock of Seagulls, and Hall & Oates, The Wedding Singer Volume 2 didn't fare quite as well, but still managed to reach #22 in the US later that same year. #4. An uncredited Brian POSEHN made his film debut. Well, actors have to start somewhere. Brian POSEHN had already enjoyed blink and you'll miss it roles on the sitcom Friends, Everybody Loves Raymond, and Empty Nest, and was a regular face on the sketch show Mr. Show with Bob and David. But the comedian hadn't appeared on the big screen until he played the less than pivotal role of Man at Table 9 during the scene in which Robbie belts out Jake Giel's band's Love Stinks with ever-growing self-pity. Of course, POSEHN would later go on to enjoy far more screen time in the likes of Sarah Silverman, Jesus is Magic, The Devil's Rejects, and The 5-Year Engagement. #3. Adam Sandler was once a real-life wedding singer. Well, not professionally, but Sandler did at least have some experience of what it's like to perform in front of a pair of newlyweds before taking on the role of Robert "Robbie" Hart. The comedian was forced by his mother to sing Ringo Starr's You're 16 and Paul McCartney's Yesterday, the only two songs he knew all the words to, at his sister's wedding, aged just 11. Sandler's seemingly pushy mom also guilt-tripped him into performing the Hanukkah song, the novelty tune he debuted as a member of Saturday Night Live based on the alienation that Jewish children feel during Christmas. #2. It was the first Sandler film to gross $100 million. As of 2016, 20 films which Sandler has worked on have cracked the $100 million barriers at the worldwide box office, with the Hotel Transylvania movies, $379 million and $471 million respectively, Grown Ups, an astonishing $247 million, and Pixels, $244 million, his biggest hits. But before The Wedding Singer came along, Sandler hadn't gotten anywhere near that magical figure. However, The Wedding Singer changed all of that, achieving an impressive first-week gross of $18 million to land just behind Titanic in the box office top 10 on its way to an $80 million figure in the US, and perhaps most notably, a $43 million tally across the rest of the globe. #1. It was the first of 3 Sandler-Barrymore collaborations. Adam Sandler has starred alongside some of Hollywood's most glamorous and acclaimed leading ladies, including Marissa Tomei, Jennifer Aniston, Penelope Cruz, Kate Beckinsale, Jennifer Garner, Patricia Arquette, Winona Ryder, Emily Watson, Jessica Biel, and Salma Hayek. But the most convincing and the most successful partnership he's struck up on screen is undoubtedly with Drew Barrymore. As friends turned lovers, Robbie and Julia, The Wedding Singer was the first time that the pair showcased their sparkling chemistry, but it certainly wouldn't be the last. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications to see more of our future videos. With that said, keep enjoying our videos, and I'll see you in the next video.